In the summer of 2005, in an old house located on the shores of Lake Lanier in Georgia, a young woman named Anna, whose name has been changed, had just moved in with her family. The house had been empty for a long time, and Anna's family bought it at a fairly low price. However, local residents rumored that the house was haunted by the spirit of a woman who had drowned in Lake Lanier many years ago. It was said that she always wore a white dress and often appeared near the lake or in the house at night. Anna was a non-believer in ghosts, but she also felt a strange coldness and gloom as soon as she stepped into the house. The air inside the house was always damp and heavy, even though it was bright and sunny outside. Old, dusty furniture lay still in the darkness, creating an eerie atmosphere. On the first night in the house, Anna lay in bed, trying to fall asleep. She heard the gentle wind blowing through the window and the faint lapping of waves from the lake. The room was eerily quiet. Suddenly, Anna heard a strange noise coming from downstairs. It was a steady dripping sound, as if a faucet was leaking. Anna thought it might just be some technical issue with the old house. She got out of bed and carefully stepped out of the room and went downstairs. The house was pitch black, with only faint moonlight shining through the window. Anna tiptoed down the old wooden stairs. They creaked ominously with every step. When she reached the first floor, Anna walked towards the kitchen, where she heard the dripping sound. The closer she got, the clearer the dripping sound became. It seemed to be coming from the sink. Anna walked into the kitchen and turned on the light. The bright light illuminated the room. She looked in the sink, but didn't see any leaking faucet. The sink was completely dry. Emily felt confused. So where did the dripping sound she heard come from? She looked around the kitchen, trying to find the source of the noise, but saw nothing unusual. Just then, Emily suddenly saw something flit past the window overlooking the lake. It was a blurry white figure, moving very quickly. Emily startled and quickly turned to look out the window, but saw nothing but darkness and the moonlight reflecting on the lake. Emily felt a cold fear spread through her body. She knew she hadn't imagined it. She had just seen something that wasn't human. Could it be the ghost of the woman in the white dress that local residents often rumored about? After seeing the white figure flit past the window, Anna felt utter terror. She quickly ran upstairs, into her parents' bedroom, and woke them up. Anna recounted what she had seen and heard, her voice trembling and full of panic. Anna's parents seemed worried, but they tried to reassure her. Anna's father said that perhaps Anna had just had a nightmare because she wasn't used to the new house. However, Anna knew that what she had experienced was real. She could never forget the blurry white figure and the cold feeling when she saw it. The next morning, Anna still felt tired and exhausted. She decided not to say anything more about the previous night, afraid that her parents would think she was crazy. In the following days, the strange phenomena continued to occur in the house. Anna often heard the sound of dripping water when no faucet was leaking. She also felt sudden cold drafts blowing through her, even though the windows and doors were tightly closed. Sometimes, at night, Anna heard faint wailing coming from the direction of the lake. The crying sounded very sad and mournful, like the cry of a woman in pain. Anna believed that it was the ghost of the woman who had drowned in Lake Lanier. Her spirit was still lingering here and trying to contact the outside world. Anna decided to find out more about the history of the house and the drowning in the lake. She searched for information online and asked local residents. She learned that the drowning had occurred in the 1980s. The victim was a young woman named Mary, another coincidence, who had drowned in the lake the night before her wedding. Mary was wearing a white wedding dress when she met her fate. It was rumored that Mary had been murdered by her own fiancé and her body thrown into the lake. However, the police hadn't found enough evidence to charge him. The case was closed without finding the culprit. Anna felt sympathy for Mary. She understood that Mary had died unfairly, and her spirit was still lingering here seeking justice. Anna decided to try to contact Mary's spirit to find out the truth about her death. She believed that Mary was trying to tell her something. Determined to help Mary find peace, Anna decided to try to contact her spirit. She read books and researched methods of communicating with the other side. One late night, when her parents were asleep, Anna sat alone in the living room, where she had first seen the white figure. She turned off all the lights, leaving only a few candles flickering on the table. Anna took a deep breath, trying to focus her mind and call out Mary's name. "Mary, are you here? I want to talk to you." There was no answer, only the gentle sound of the wind blowing through the window and the lapping of waves from the lake. Anna felt a little disappointed. However, Anna did not give up. She continued to call Mary's name and express her desire to help her. After a while, the air in the living room became colder. The candles on the table began to flicker violently. Even though there was no wind, Anna knew that Mary had arrived. Anna spoke softly, her voice trembling. "Mary? Are you here?" A very faint whisper echoed in the air, like the rustling of leaves. "Yes." Anna startled. She hadn't expected to be able to hear Mary's voice so clearly. The voice sounded very sad and weak. Anna said, "Mary, I know you died unfairly. I want to help you find justice." Mary's voice spoke again, this time a little clearer. "He did." Anna understood that Mary was talking about the person who had murdered her. She asked, "Who is he? What is his name?" Mary's voice became harder to understand, as if she was trying to say something very difficult. "John." Anna tried to listen more carefully, but Mary's voice faded and disappeared. The room returned to its initial silence. Anna felt disappointed and a little scared. She had learned the suspect's name, John, but she didn't know who John was. Anna knew she needed to find out more about this John. He was likely the one who had murdered Mary and prevented her spirit from finding peace. After that night, Anna decided to find out about Mary's case and the person named John. She searched for information online about drowning incidents that occurred in Lake Lanier in the 1980s, especially unsolved cases. She found information about Mary's drowning. Her full name was Mary Anderson. The case occurred on June 14, 1985. An old newspaper article said that Mary was found drowned in the lake, and the police suspected it was a murder. But there wasn't enough evidence to charge anyone. Anna also found information about Mary's boyfriend at the time. His name was John Davis. He was a wealthy and influential man in the area. The article said that John Davis was the main suspect in the case, but he had an alibi on the night of the incident. Anna felt a bone-chilling cold when she read the name John Davis. She believed that he was the one who had murdered Mary. His alibi was likely fabricated. Anna decided to find out more about John Davis. Was he still alive or dead? Where was he? Anna believed that if she could find out the truth about him, she could help Mary's spirit. She searched for information about John Davis online and in public records. She learned that John Davis was still alive and living in another city, not far from Lake Lanier. He was a successful businessman with a wealthy life. Anna felt indignant knowing that the person who had murdered Mary was still living comfortably, while Mary's spirit was still lingering here, suffering and seeking justice. Anna decided to contact the police who had investigated Mary's case years ago. She hoped they would listen to her story and reopen the case. Anna called the local police station and asked to speak to the person in charge of Mary Anderson's case. After being transferred a few times, she spoke with an older police officer named Detective Thompson. He had been one of the investigators on the case years ago. Anna told Detective Thompson about moving to the house by Lake Lanier, about the strange phenomena she had experienced, and about contacting Mary's spirit. She also said that Mary's spirit had said the name, John, and she believed it was John Davis. Detective Thompson listened carefully, but his voice sounded skeptical. He said he had been in this profession for many years and had never encountered anything supernatural. He also said that Mary Anderson's case had been thoroughly investigated, and there wasn't enough evidence to charge John Davis. Anna tried to persuade Detective Thompson, saying that Mary's spirit was in great pain and wanted the truth to be revealed. She said that there were things that science couldn't explain. Detective Thompson sighed. He said he understood that Anna was being influenced by the rumors about the house and Lake Lanier. He advised Anna to seek help from psychological professionals. Anna felt disappointed. She knew the police wouldn't help her. She knew she would have to find out the truth herself. After learning that the police wouldn't help her, Anna decided to confront John Davis herself. She believed that only by facing him directly could she find out the truth and help Mary find justice. Anna went to John Davis's address in the other city. It was a luxurious mansion located in a wealthy neighborhood. Anna felt a little scared standing in front of the large gate, but determination helped her overcome it. Anna rang the doorbell. After a moment, a middle-aged man appeared at the door. He was wearing an expensive suit and looked refined and confident. It was John Davis. John Davis looked at Anna with surprise and confusion. "Who are you?" he asked, his voice slightly irritated. Anna took a deep breath and said, "My name is Anna. I'm living in my grandmother's old house by Lake Lanier. I want to talk to you about Mary Anderson." Hearing Mary Anderson's name, John Davis's face suddenly changed color. His eyes became cold and somewhat scared. "What are you talking about? I don't know any Mary Anderson," he said, trying to maintain a calm demeanor. Anna knew he was lying. She looked directly into his eyes and said, "You're lying. I know you were Mary's boyfriend in 1985. And I know you are the one who murdered her." John Davis's face became angry. "Are you crazy? You have no proof," he snarled. Anna said, "I don't have physical proof. But I have proof from the other side. Mary's spirit has contacted me. She said you killed her." John Davis sneered. "You believe in ghosts? How foolish." However, his eyes still clearly showed fear. Anna knew he was scared. Anna said, "Mary can't find peace because she died unfairly. She wants the truth to be revealed. You will pay for what you did." John Davis's face became contorted with anger and fear. He lunged to grab Anna's arm, trying to push her away from the door. "Get out! Get out of here now," he yelled. Anna tried to resist, but his strength was too great. Just then, she suddenly felt a cold current envelop her. Anna saw a blurry white figure appear behind John Davis. It was Mary's ghost, standing there, staring intently at her murderer. Mary's ghost stared intently at John Davis with hateful eyes. John Davis sensed Mary's presence. His face turned pale with fear. He released Anna's arm and backed away, staring at the ghost. "Mary, no way," he stammered, his voice trembling. Mary's ghost didn't say anything, only slowly moved towards John Davis. Her face was still beautiful, but her deep, hollow dark eyes radiated a coldness and dread. John Davis screamed in terror. He turned around and fled into the house. Mary's ghost floated past Anna and followed him inside. Anna stood outside the door, watching in horror as she looked inside the mansion. She heard John Davis's screams echoing from within, the sound of furniture being overturned, and terrifying growls. Despite her fear, Anna stayed there. She wanted to know what was happening. She knew that Mary was seeking justice for herself. The noises inside the mansion grew more intense. Jessica heard John Davis screaming in pain, the sound of struggling and breaking glass. It seemed a battle was taking place between Mary and her murderer. After a while, the noises inside the mansion suddenly stopped. An eerie silence enveloped the space. Anna felt her heart pounding in her chest. Anna slowly stepped inside the mansion. The house was pitch black, with only faint light from outside entering. Anna turned on the flashlight on her phone and shone it around. She walked into the living room, where she had heard the last sounds. The scene before Anna was horrifying. The furniture in the room was overturned, and broken glass was scattered everywhere. And in the middle of the floor, John Davis lay there, his face contorted with fear, his eyes wide open, staring at the ceiling. On his neck were strange bruises, as if he had been strangled by an invisible hand. Anna knew that Mary had taken her revenge. Anna felt a chill and a strange sense of satisfaction. The murderer had finally paid for his crime. Anna didn't stay in the mansion long. She quickly left and called the police. She recounted what she had witnessed about John Davis being attacked by a supernatural force after she spoke to him about Mary Anderson. At first, the police didn't believe Anna's story. They thought John Davis had died of a heart attack or some natural cause. However, after examining the scene, they found strange marks on his neck that they couldn't explain. The story of John Davis's mysterious death caused a stir in the community. Some believed Anna's story, some didn't, but everyone felt a chill at the thought of what had happened. After the horrifying incident at John Davis's mansion, Anna felt a strange sense of relief. She knew that Mary's spirit had finally found justice and peace. The strange phenomena in the house by Lake Lanier also stopped. There was no more dripping water, no more cold drafts, and the wailing from the direction of the lake was also gone. The house returned to its usual peace. Although a slight air of gloom from the past still lingered, Anna continued to live in that house with her family. She was no longer afraid. She knew that Mary had left, and her spirit had crossed over. However, Anna never forgot what she had experienced. She knew that the spiritual world was real, and there were forces that humans could not explain. Anna often went to the shores of Lake Lanier, looked out at the calm water, and thought about Mary. She hoped that Mary had found peace and was happy in the afterlife. Anna's story spread throughout the area. Many local residents believed her story, and they were no longer afraid of the ghost in the white dress. Instead, they felt sympathy for Mary and her unfair death. The shores of Lake Lanier remained a beautiful and peaceful place. But for those who knew Mary's story, it held a different meaning. It was the place where an unfortunate spirit had found rest after many years of lingering. Anna believed that Mary had chosen her to help, because she was the only one brave enough to listen to her heart's voice and seek the truth. Anna's story is a reminder that justice sometimes doesn't only come from the world of the living. Sometimes, unfortunate spirits can also find ways to seek justice for themselves. Anna had learned a profound lesson about courage, empathy, and the power of truth. She knew that we cannot always rely on the law to find justice. And sometimes, We have to act on our own. Anna became a believer in the spiritual world and was always ready to help others who were facing strange phenomena. She joined paranormal research groups and shared her story to warn people. Lake Lanier remained a beautiful and popular destination. But for Anna, it always held a special meaning. It was the place where she faced her greatest fear and helped a spirit find peace. Anna knew she had done a good thing. She had helped Mary find the justice she deserved. If you enjoyed these true horror stories, don't forget to hit the subscribe button on the channel to follow our latest videos. We will bring you more terrifying and haunting stories. Thank you for listening.